Thank you. Appreciate you all coming out, and not sure how I ended up amongst this group of distinguished individuals, other than I apparently wasn't busy enough last spring when we started talking about this. Anyway, no, I'm really pleased to be able to be part of this. I think it's really innovative on the part of the entire administration here at the university, and I think it's really exciting that the university has opened this whole process up to the community participation, and the idea that the university can become a more integral part of the Reno-Sparks area by doing something as important as helping to create a local food source. Now, of course, the amount of food that we produce is going to be limited initially, but I think it's important that the idea of having the College of Business and the College of Ag partner, and it brings a renewed focus to the opportunities to create small businesses, entrepreneurial opportunities for people who are interested in, the whole local food movement, and also the potential for rural development and actually even urban food production on a small scale. And that's one of the things that I'd like to talk about in just a second, and I'll show you kind of what Hungry Mother does. I was asked to give just a little bit of background. My training was at Virginia Polytechnic Institute State University, otherwise known as Virginia Tech, and I studied agricultural education there. And one of the honors bestowed upon graduates is when you took a master's test or defended your dissertation, you got to sit at the small oak table where the founders of the Future Farmers of America originally met and decided that they needed an organization to help to foster a sense of pride and responsibility and importance of continuity of young people in the production of food and fiber, or in farming. And so the FFA was founded at Virginia Tech, and there's always been this emphasis on how important it is to keep youth involved in agriculture. And that's what I think is really important about this. As a society, we've gone to the point where it's really easy to get all of our food from a package. I remember when I was a kid seeing documentaries alluding to the fact that one day we would all be eating space food sticks. Anybody remember space food sticks? Yeah. Okay. We would all just unwrap our log or extruded food source, and that's what food would be like in the future. And I think, 40 years later, we're seeing sort of a reaction to that. I think people have seen as much processed food as they need, and I don't think processed food is going to go away, but as most of you know, there's a really strong movement, a consumer preference for local, organic, and specialty type food items that we can't always import and or ship long distances. So what we're going to try to do is develop a program to teach community members who are interested, but with a special focus on small farms and small entrepreneurial farming operations to learn how to grow some of the specialty crops that we're able to grow here in Nevada. Just to illustrate some of the crops that we are able to grow here, all of these things came out of a hoop house, essentially. And for those of you who aren't familiar with the term hoop house, the difference between a greenhouse and a hoop house is essentially they look very similar from the outside, and I'll show you a little bit more of the technical aspect of that. But essentially, a hoop house is an unheated greenhouse. So all of these things that you see here, including we have some butter lettuce. This is one of my favorites. This is also a leaf. They call it a crisp head lettuce. But again, it's what is this? The 5th of March. So this has spent the last 2 months, essentially most of January and the entire month of February here in northern Nevada with no heat. And that just to give you an example of what can be produced in a hoop house. We have some other things, but we won't get too bogged down. That one thing I would like to show you, maybe we'll just pull up. One of the things that we're experimenting on the urban food production and the backyard farming aspect of things, a little bit crooked, but you can see this nice succulent baby carrot. Again, produced in a container in a hoop house with no supplemental heat, And what we want to do with this program is to push the envelope a little bit and help farmers who aren't necessarily able to spend a lot of time experimenting and trying new things that, you know, that are introduce more risk to their operations. We want to be able to take a little bit of that risk, push this envelope a little bit on, and see what we can produce here in northern Nevada and what we can do profitably. And I think it's, you know, that's where the College of Business and the Small Business Development Center comes in, is trying to develop models for how to do this and how to be profitable in doing that.